Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene of Monaco, set to return to South Africa. King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia of Sweden visit Dalarna County. And Princess Leonor of Asturias begins her military training in Zaragoza. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for August 17th, 2023. Her Royal Highness, Princess Leonor of Asturias, arrived at the Academia General Militar de Zaragoza this morning to begin her basic military training. Upon her arrival, Princess Leonor, accompanied by their Majesties King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain, and Her Royal Highness Infanta Sofia of Spain, was welcomed to the Academia by General Manuel Perez Lopez. When asked how she was feeling about beginning a new and important stage in her life, the 17-year-old princess replied, quote, "I am very excited, eager, and I'm a little nervous," end quote. 38 years ago, His Majesty the King entered the Academia General Militar. When asked if he gave his eldest daughter any advice, the King said, quote, "A lot of advice. She is very attentive and lets herself be advised," end quote. After signing the Book of Honor, it was time for Princess Leonor to say goodbye to her family. As she walked towards the admissions table, suitcase in tow, the princess looked back at her family one last time and smiled. Once the princess was formally admitted, Lady Cadet Bourbon, as she will be known for the next 3 years, will be among 472 new cadets, of which 140 are women. Over the course of the next 3 years, the princess will complete all 3 branches of the Spanish Armed Forces, beginning with the Army. After completing basic military training in June of next year, Princess Leonor will then move on to the Escuela Naval Militar Marine, where she will train on board the Juan Sebastian Elcano. The following year, the princess will then enter the Academia General de Aire, San Javier. In Madrid, the Spanish Royal Court announced that Her Majesty Queen Letizia of Spain and Her Royal Highness Infanta Sofia of Spain will travel to Sydney, Australia to attend the FIFA Women's World Cup final between Spain and England on Sunday, August 20th. Last June, Her Majesty the Queen visited the ladies of the national football team at their training camp in Madrid. During her visit, the Queen had a chance to watch ladies practice, as well as met with coaches and team doctors. Prior to leaving, the Queen gave a pep talk to the ladies, stating, quote, "The expectation that you generate and the illusion that I hope you feel from so many people who support, encourage, and love you. And also, people who are very sure in this country that you are going to do everything possible to carry the shirt of the national team and Spain very far, that you're going to enjoy it, and that you're going to do what you know how to do so well, which is play football without labels. So, therefore, best of luck, and rest assured that you take to those lands so far away the affection of a whole country that is truly by your side. So thank you very much, and good luck," end quote. Their Royal Highnesses Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway visited the municipality of Eastern Toten this afternoon. The purpose of their visit was to assess the damage caused by last week's devastating floods, to meet with representatives of the Norwegian Red Cross, as well as meet with various individuals and families who were affected by the floods. In Sweden, Their Majesties King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia of Sweden visited Dalarna County this morning on the occasion of the King's Golden Jubilee year and the 500th anniversary of the election of Gustav Vasa as the King of Sweden. The day began with His Majesty the King unveiling a commemorative bench in Falun. This was followed by a visit to the Dalarna Museum, where Their Majesties viewed the photo exhibition entitled Carl Gustaf, 50 Years for Sweden. At noon, Their Majesties attended a lovely luncheon held in their honor at the governor's residence in Falun. After a carriage ride through the capital, Their Majesties attended a concert with special musical guests Gustav and Victor Norway. Back in Stockholm, the Swedish television network, SVT, announced the release of the new documentary entitled Prins Daniel at 50. In the one-hour documentary, Ms. Carina Bergfeldt interviews His Royal Highness Prince Daniel of Sweden, in which he reflects on his life growing up in Ockelbo, what it was like to marry into the royal family, his hobbies, charity work, how he's able to keep up the romance with his wife, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden, alive after 20 years together, and much more. Prince Daniel at 50 will premiere on SVT Play beginning on August 29th through February 25th, 2024. If you're interested in watching the documentary, I will leave a direct link to SVT Play in the description box below. Yesterday, it was announced that Their Serene Highnesses Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene of Monaco will attend the 2023 Sun City Water Bike Challenge on Saturday, September 16th in Sun City. According to a press release via the Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation, South Africa, the Water Bike Challenge will feature mixed teams of professional athletes and amateurs competing on Schiller S1C water bikes in a relay race. The race covers a 1.2-kilometer loop, and teams must complete it 21 times. Each loop will feature a different participant, adding to the excitement and unpredictability of the event. Organized by the Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation, South Africa, the purpose of the Water Bike Challenge is to raise money for Life Saving South Africa, LSA, a longtime partner of the Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation, South Africa. Mrs. Chantal Woodstock, CEO of the Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation, South Africa, and Princess Charlene's sister-in-law, noted that the Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation, South Africa is, quote, thrilled to bring the Water Bike Challenge to South Africa and create an exciting platform for raising awareness about water safety. The event showcases our commitment to saving lives and instilling a water safety culture in our communities, end quote. On Friday, September 15th, there will be 3 pre-events for attendees, including Charity Golf Day to be held at the Gary Player Golf Course, a visit to a game reserve, and a Water Safety Day course managed by the Life Saving South Africa. In the evening, the Sovereign Prince couple, along with celebrities, VIPs, and other distinguished guests, will attend a Boma dinner with entertainment by local artists. In Nice, France, Mr. Alexandre Grimaldi, the eldest son of His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco and his former girlfriend, Ms. Nicole Valérie Coste, recently sat down for an interview with the French magazine Point de Vue. In the interview, Alexander, who will turn 20 years old on August 24th, was asked how he feels about turning the big 2-0. Quote, it's rather the age of choices. That can be good or bad depending on the entourage you have. I think I'm certainly a reasonable person, and today the most important commitment in my life is to finish my university studies and establish myself in my adult life, end quote. In 1997, Prince Albert II met Miss Coste, a former Air France flight attendant, during a flight en route from Nice to Paris. The attraction was immediate. At the end of the flight, the prince asked for Miss Coste's phone number. The two began to date, and love began. On August 24, 2003, Eric Alexander Stefan was born. According to various sources, the relationship between the prince and Miss Coste ended shortly after Alexander was conceived. A year and a half before Alexander was born, Articles 14, 11, and 10 of the Constitution of the Principality of Monaco were amended by Law 1249 on April 2, 2002. Article 10 states that the succession to the throne, quote, opened by death or abdication, takes place by the direct and legitimate issue of the reigning prince, by order of primogeniture, with priority given to males within the same degree of kinship, end quote. So in other words, since Alexander was born outside of wedlock, he is not eligible to be in the line of succession to the throne. When asked how he feels when the press and social media refer to him as the quote-unquote illegitimate son of Prince Albert II, Alexander replied, quote, I am not illegitimate. When I was born, neither of my parents was involved in another marriage or relationship, and they did not commit adultery. To use that word is very insulting." End quote. When Alexander was 4 months old, the sovereign prince recognized his son privately. He not only supported his son and Miss Coste financially, but he was there for Alexander, being the best father he can be. After the death of Rainier III, Prince Albert II publicly recognized little Alexander. He was 2 years old. When speaking about his parents, Alexander smiled and replied, quote, "My mother, whom I adore, is my rock. My father is in my heart as well as my mother. Both are very caring parents. They are always there for me." End quote. When asked about the vicious rumors about him and his mother in the press and on social media, Alexander said, quote, "My mother is tender and lets a lot of things be said because she was always advised to let the story go. Me, I will be more procedural. Although I was born in France, I grew up in an Anglo-Saxon country. I will attack if necessary." End quote. Meaning he'll sue. And good for him. Alexander also mentions in the interview that he's interested in humanitarian and environmental causes, just like his father. Somewhere out there in the hot desert in the Kingdom of Jordan, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II of Jordan, as regent, watched a military tactical exercise by the Royal Artillery Corps this morning. Thank God for that, because if it was in the afternoon, he'd probably sweat to death. On Wednesday, the Crown Prince, again as regent, attended the Al Hussein Technical University's third-class graduation ceremony held at the King Hussein bin Talal Business Park. During the ceremony, the Crown Prince presented diplomas to the graduates who received their bachelor's degree in either civil engineering, architectural engineering, computer science, data science and artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, ironic, energy engineering, mechanical engineering, and electrical engineering. The Al Hussein Technical University, which is affiliated with the Crown Prince Foundation, was established to, quote, "advance technical education and provide the labor market with trained and qualified technical education graduates. The university seeks to bridge the gap between theoretical and applied knowledge while keeping up with local and international labor market needs." End quote. On Tuesday, Their Royal Highnesses Prince Ali Al Hussein and Princess Rim Al Ali of Jordan, accompanied by their children, Her Royal Highness Princess Jalila Al Ali of Jordan and His Royal Highness Prince Abdullah Al Ali of Jordan, attended the opening of the 4th edition of the Amman International Film Festival held at the Hussein Cultural Center. Princess Rim is a founder and president of the festival. And finally, Her Royal Highness Princess Camilla of Bourbon-Two Sicilies took to social media to announce, just like her daughters, that she spent the weekend with Their Royal Highnesses Prince Laurent and Princess Claire of Belgium and their children. She wanted you to know that. It's really important. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I will be back tomorrow on Friday, August 18th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful afternoon and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.